This is the second part of the creatures of the mythology of Ireland. If you haven't seen the first one, I recommend you to take a look at it. Number 1. Sluag. The Sluag is like the darkest and most twisted version of a family reunion, only this family is made up of the most wretched and evil souls you can imagine. They are like a horde or swarm of spectral beings. They have no fixed corporeal form. They are shadows, whispers of what they once were, transforming into birds or winged creatures that fill the sky with their ethereal presence. You might feel the change in the air as the Sluag approaches. It's not just a bad omen, it's a warning. The locals will tell you to keep your windows closed at night, not so much to keep out the cold, but to protect yourself from being swept away in its eternal flight. The Sluag are not simply looking to scare you, they want your soul to add to their numbers. And then there is the sound, that almost imperceptible murmur at first, like the brushing of dry leaves. As the Sluag approaches, that whisper becomes a howling wind, a chorus of the lost souls that now form this macabre procession. It is a sound that is not forgotten, that follows you in your dreams and reminds you that there are things in this world that are better left unknown. Number 2. Dulahan. This being is typically described as a headless horseman riding a black horse. Its appearance is macabre and ghostly. The Dulahan carries his own head under his arm or over the pommel of the saddle. The head is a terrifying sight, pale and decayed, with a wide macabre grin that runs from ear to ear. He wears dark robes, a long cloak, and sometimes wears ancient worn armor. His horse is large and black, with flaming eyes and hooves that hit the ground hard. He carries a whip made from the spine of a human corpse and uses it to strike. The Dulahan is a herald of death. He appears to claim the souls of those who are about to die. Its presence is a sure omen of impending death. It is invulnerable and cannot be stopped by doors, barriers, or walls. All locks and doors open automatically at its passage. This being manifests mainly at night, riding on lonely and deserted roads. It has specific routes it follows, such as ancient roads or places of historical significance. Its pace is so fast that no one can escape once it has set out. It can also call out the name of the person whose soul it is going to pick up, and in doing so, that person dies instantly. One of the few ways to drive away the Dulahan is with gold. Even a small amount of gold can cause it to back away and retreat. He is often seen near the house of the person who is destined to die. His arrival is accompanied by an atmosphere of darkness and intense cold. Similar to the legend of the Headless Horseman of Sleepy Hollow in the United States, the Dulahan brings terror to the towns he passes through. But the Irish version is older and has its own characteristics. In some interpretations, the Dulahan is related to ancient Celtic gods of death, such as Crom Dubh. Its mission to collect souls can be considered a vestige of ancient rites and beliefs about the afterlife. Number 3. Leprechaun. This is one of the most iconic creatures of Irish mythology. Leprechauns are small men, no taller than a 3-year-old child, with wrinkled faces that betray their advanced age and white beards waving in the wind. You'll always find them dressed in traditional Irish garb, usually a vibrant green, with smart jackets, tall hats, and their trademark gold-buckled shoes. These diminutive beings have an ever-cheerful expression, with bright eyes and a mischievous smile. They are known to be extremely cunning and have a special gift for tricking humans. They love mischief, and if you try to capture them, you will discover that they are incredibly elusive. Interestingly, leprechauns are cobblers by trade. If you ever hear the sound of a hammer in the forest, it could be one of them working in their tiny workshop hidden among the trees. This craft provides them with their wealth and the ability to create and repair footwear with unmatched skill. Each leprechaun jealously guards a cauldron full of gold, hidden at the end of a rainbow. Protecting this treasure is their most important mission, and they rarely reveal its location. However, there is a popular belief. If you manage to capture one of these little guys, he will grant you 3 wishes in exchange for his freedom. But you have to be careful. These wishes often come with unexpected consequences, as leprechauns are masters in the art of deception. They prefer to live in hidden places, such as forests, meadows, and hills. Their homes tend to be small mounds or subway burrows, And unlike other feric creatures that enjoy communal living, leprechauns are solitary by nature. They are nocturnal creatures, carrying out most of their tasks and mischief under the cover of darkness. Many stories revolve around capturing a leprechaun and obtaining its wishes or its gold, but most of these tales end with the creature escaping thanks to its ingenuity. There are more creatures like the leprechauns, only they are not so friendly and peaceful, as is the case of the following one. Number 4. Farig. The Farig is described as a small man, similar in stature to a leprechaun. He wears red from head to toe. He wears a long coat, a pointed hat, and shoes with buckles, which makes him very easy to identify. His face is wrinkled with a mischievous grin, and his eyes sparkle with mischievous intelligence. He is known for his mischief and trickery. He loves to play pranks on humans, but not just any pranks. His are either macabre or disturbing. Although he is not so famous for shape-shifting, he has the ability to adopt different appearances to carry out his tricks. In some legends, he can influence people's dreams, creating nightmares or disturbing illusions. It is also said to be responsible for guiding lost souls to the other world, especially those who have suffered violent or tragic deaths. He prefers to live in dark and remote places, such as dense forests, caves, and ancient ruins. Sometimes, he can be found near villages, looking for opportunities for mischief. This is a solitary being that enjoys its independence. There are many stories about this being, tricking people into performing absurd tasks or wandering into unnecessary dangers, only to reveal itself and taunt them in the end. In some darker versions of the legend, he is associated with death and blood. He is said to wear a red cap dyed with the blood of his victims, similar to the figure of the red cap in Scottish folklore. Number 5. Ganana. This creature has a human appearance, but its beauty is so perfect that you realize that it is not like any other mortal. Her features are fine and well-defined, her skin is clear and smooth. The most hypnotic are her eyes, which catch you just by looking at them, and her smile, which is simply irresistible. He always wears elegant clothes, like something out of another era. You will see him with a tight jacket, well-cut pants, and sometimes a cape that gives him an even more mysterious air. He always carries a pipe with him from which a sweet and tempting smoke comes out. This being has a special gift to charm and seduce, especially women. His presence is so irresistible that just by speaking he can make anyone fall under his spell. His voice has a hypnotic power that envelops you completely. There are legends that say that the skin of the Ganana is toxic. If someone touches it, they become addicted to that touch. And if they are separated from it, they fall into despair. As a good feric being, he is immortal and never ages, always maintaining his youthful and attractive appearance. It prefers to live in natural and beautiful places, such as meadows, forests, and riverbanks. These environments enhance its ethereal appearance and connection to nature. He tends to appear suddenly before solitary travelers or people who are alone in nature, using the element of surprise to begin his seduction. Those who hear her sweet voice and see her beautiful face are in danger of losing their will. Despite his charm, he is a lonely and melancholy being. He seeks companionship to alleviate his eternal loneliness. Many legends tell stories of women who fall in love with him only to be abandoned. This separation leads to madness or even death. Number 6. Bodok. The Bodok is a stooped and thin old man with a frail but scary appearance. His face is full of wrinkles and looks haggard, with small eyes that look at you with malice. His mouth always seems twisted into a wicked smile. This character is known for her nocturnal visits to homes, especially children's rooms. Although sometimes seen as a mischievous spirit, the Bodok can also have rather sinister intentions. His mischief may include frightening children, messing up the house, and causing unrest among those who live there. In some versions, he is said to punish children who have misbehaved, acting as a sort of supernatural disciplinary figure. It prefers to live in dark and secluded places, such as caves, cellars, and dense forests. Stories about the Bodok serve as a warning to children to be good and obey their parents. In some traditions, the Bodok is associated with death and spirits of the afterlife. He may act as a messenger or guide for lost souls. He shares characteristics with other figures in European folklore, such as the Hombre del Saco, or the boogeyman, which are also used to scare and discipline children. Before continuing with the video, if you have come this far and you like it, remember to subscribe and turn on notifications. Like the video, and if you can comment what you think or suggest me new themes or mythologies for future videos, this is something that really comes in handy. And if you join channel members, your help is infinite. This allows me to not depend so much on visits or advertising and allows me to create content with more freedom. Thank you, and we continue. Number 7. Codna. Codna is a woman of great beauty and grace, radiating a charm and attractiveness that captures the attention of all who see her. She has long, wavy hair, golden or deep red in color. Her clothes are luxurious and finely embroidered. She has a crown of flowers or jewels, symbolic of her royalty among the fairies and her close connection to nature. Known for her influence on love and beauty, Codna can bestow love and blessings on those who venerate her. Lovers and poets seek her favor, as she possesses a wide range of magical powers. She controls the natural elements, especially water, and has the ability to transform her appearance and that of others. One of her abilities is her hypnotic singing. Her voice is so beautiful that she can stop time and make mortals forget their worries, drawing them into her presence. Codna is a fairy queen in Tir na Nog, the land of eternal youth. This realm is a place of eternal beauty and joy, where there is no death or aging. She is also associated with the Side, the sacred hills where fairies dwell. She often interacts with humans, especially those who show great love or beauty. She can be benevolent and protective, but also dangerous if she feels betrayed or dishonored. One of the best-known legends about Codna tells of her love for a mortal named Chiaban. She left the fairy realm to be with him, but was betrayed by a magical wave sent by Mananan Maclear, the god of the sea, which swept her back to the sea. This story gave rise to the Wave of Codna, a famous wave on the coast of County Cork. It is said that every time this wave breaks, it is a reminder of the tragedy of Codna and her lost love. In other legends, Codna is a protector of the helpless and those in love, using her powers to help those in desperate or amorous situations. Number 8. Enbar. Enbar is a horse of incredible beauty and strength, with a shiny coat that seems to reflect light as if it were silver or white. His mane is long and wavy, like sea foam. Enbar is no ordinary horse. He has the incredible ability to travel by land, sea, and air, carrying his rider to any destination effortlessly. And best of all, it never tires. It can travel great distances without tiring, making it the perfect companion for gods and heroes. This magical horse is closely linked to Mananan Maclear, the god of the sea and lord of the otherworld. Enbar is his favorite, his loyal and invulnerable companion. No deadly weapon can hurt Enbar, making him ideal for the most dangerous adventures. The god of the sea uses this incredible horse to travel between worlds. But he is not only loyal to his owner, he can also be lent to worthy heroes, as long as they respect and revere his power. Enbar is not only fast and tough, he is also a symbol of the connection between the mortal world and the other world. His ability to travel by land, sea, and air represents how these realms are linked. Enbar embodies loyalty and protection. It not only gets you where you need to go, it also protects you from harm. What is the strangest or most bizarre creature you know? I want to prepare a video with this theme, so I could use your opinion. I remind you of the function of joining channel members in case you want to support me even more. I'll be waiting for you in next week's video.